So welcome all of you to this another lecture on the SOC design flow. And today we are going to talk about the top down and the bottom up approaches in the SOC design. The last time we had talked about the spiral model, which was based on the parallel or the concurrency of hardware and software. So it was using the parallelism between the different phases, wherein the four important phases were the hardware phase, the this then next was your physical design phase, your timing phase, and your software phase. So all the four phases they move parallelly from one stage to another, which helped address few of the issues, but still we had certain shortcomings or the problems in this model. So that required another approach or a better approach for the SOC design. And today we are going to talk about the top down and the bottom up approach. So I hope most of you must be familiar with the top down and the bottom up approaches because these are the classical or the traditional asset design approaches. Okay. So in the top down approach, we start from the specification and we move towards the end design using integration. Okay, so it is definitely followed for the initial design approach and the system on chip. Okay, whereas the bottom up approach, it starts from a low level design towards building complex structure or architecture around these smaller modules, integrating them step by step till we achieve the complexity we desire or till we achieve the design which we want to build. Okay, so this is generally used in the industry after the initial design for refinement process. Okay, so as such, bottom up approach is not used single handedly. It is used along with the top down for implementing the current flow. So let's just see what is the top down approach. So the top down approach, as I already told you, it is the classical approach to the VLSI design inspired from the asset design flow, wherein the design begins with the complete specifications. It is then decomposed into the modules or the blocks. It assumes that the lowest level blocks are pre-designed and pre-verified, or they can be designed without much complexity. Okay, so the designing in this case, it is a hierarchical and a recursive process. This is what we actually were looking for eventually, because as the system design became complex, there was a need to revisit the previous stage in case we had any shortcoming encountered, so that we can remove the physical design shortcoming at early in the stage of this design process. So the top-down approach, it is followed in the sequence where first is the writing specification, then refining the architecture and the algorithms which are being used, decomposing, again, that is a hierarchical way, or that is partitioning, then designing and selecting the macros. You may use the pre-designed macros which are there, which are already verified from the third party, or you may need to design depending upon your application. Then these macros, they are integrated with the top level design, and finally the hardware and the software, they are being interfaced, and timing and the functionality of the complete system is verified. Okay, so when I talk about these writing specification, architecture, algorithms, this is all hardware development. So here we are talking about the complete system, and we assume that software is also moving along with that. Okay, so this is how the top-down approach it is being used. So this represents the complete system design flow based on this top-down approach for SOC. So the top-down approach, it allows the concurrent design It helps reduce the design complexity, allowing for the faster design and ECO, that is engineering change order. Whereas bottom-up approach, as we understand, that is we are having a low-level module and we are combining these pre-verified modules, combining together step by step to build the complex system around these smaller level or the lower level modules. Okay, but for a complex system that is not very successful, so the real SOC design approach, it is actually combination of top down and the bottom up. The top down approach here helps in the faster design, whereas the bottom up, it facilitates the design of critical low level blocks. Okay, so the real industry approach, it is based both a mixture of these. Okay, so apart from that, there is another approach which was used by a team of Sun Microsystems for developing Ultra Spark, okay, processor for them, system on chip for them, where a single team was given the responsibility of designing the entire uh, the system. So right from the architectural definition to place and route, that is to the backend, the same team was used, which required less of interaction between the different stages. So less of synchronization problems, less of clean hand of problems. So engineers, obviously they were required to learn the required tools. So the advantage of the single team handling the entire design process was, so what architecture was designed by them, decomposition was carried out. So when if any problem was encountered at the physical level, they understood that how a small problem that could in the design could be manifested at the physical design level. So they could easily identify that, remove that, modify that, and help in the better, you can say, capturing of the design methodologies and design rules using this approach. So there were multiple passes. That means it was recursive. It was definitely hierarchical. Multiple iterations were used. So what was the approach here? The approach was construct by correction. Okay. So wherever we were encountering or the team was encountering any shortcoming, it would move back to the design phase and try to correct that and see what is the implication and what whether that required improvement in the physical design has been achieved or not. Okay, so this was one of the most successful approaches which were followed in the industry, and that is the key which is driving this combination of top down and the bottom up. So that recursive or the multiple iterations passing between the different phases, that was encouraged using this approach, and that is being followed in the industry currently. So the real SOC approach, it is you can say inspired by construct by correction, and it is a combination of top down plus bottom up. So with this, we understand what is the design flow of SOC in a very broad manner, because we have not gone into the deeper level of hardware design, software design to design them parallelly. Here we are primarily focusing on the design of the hardware only. We are assuming that software is going parallel along with that and is being interfaced at each stage. But we have not talk about hardware software concurrency, co-design, by verification, by synthesis. So these are there are the detail issues which need to be addressed, which we will be able to as we eventually move into the course. But as of now, in the broader terms, we have understood what is the approach used for SOC design in the industry. So with this, we end this topic of system design flow for SOC. In the next lecture, we will talk about design reusability in SOC. So thank you so much.